Thomas was a kind man with gentle hands. His touch was as soft as the light from his lanterns, and his heart was as warm as the glow they emitted. He lived in a small village, nestled between rolling hills. The village was a serene place, where the hustle and bustle of the modern world seemed a distant memory. Thomas was known for crafting beautiful lanterns. Each lantern was unique, a masterpiece in its own right. He used colorful glass and intricate metalwork, combining them in ways that seemed almost magical. People loved the warm glow of his lanterns. They would gather around them, mesmerized by the dance of light and color that Thomas had so carefully created. Thomas took great pride in his work. He would spend hours in his workshop, meticulously crafting each piece, ensuring that every detail was perfect. He put his heart into each lantern. To him, they were not just objects, but expressions of his soul, each one telling a story of its own. He believed they brought light and joy to the village. His lanterns were more than just sources of light. They were beacons of hope and happiness. The villagers would often gather in the square, especially during festivals and special occasions. The square would come alive with the soft, enchanting glow of Thomas's lanterns. Their faces lit by the soft glow of Thomas's creations. The villagers would share stories, laughter, and moments of togetherness. The lanterns were a symbol of the community's unity and the warmth of their shared lives. One day, a fierce storm raged through the village. The wind howled like a wild beast. Rain lashed down, flooding the streets. The villagers huddled in their homes, afraid. The storm seemed to go on forever. When the storm finally subsided, the villagers emerged to survey the damage. Trees were uprooted, roofs were torn off, and the village square was a mess. But the worst sight was yet to come. Thomas rushed to his workshop, his heart pounding. The door creaked open, revealing a scene of devastation. The storm had shattered the windows, sending shards of glass everywhere. And there, scattered across the floor, lay the broken remnants of his beautiful lanterns. The villagers tried to console Thomas. They gathered the broken pieces of glass and metal. They offered kind words, but nothing seemed to ease his sorrow. Thomas felt like a part of him had shattered along with his lanterns. Lila was a young girl with bright eyes and an even brighter spirit. She loved visiting Thomas's workshop and watching him work. She was fascinated by the way he transformed ordinary materials into objects of beauty. When she saw Thomas's despair, Lila felt a pang in her heart. Lila believed that even broken things could be beautiful. She saw the shattered glass not as trash, but as a kaleidoscope of colors. She saw the twisted metal not as debris, but as an opportunity for something new. Lila began collecting the broken pieces. She carefully sorted them by color and size. She asked Thomas for wire and glue. He watched, puzzled, as she began to work. Lila hummed a cheerful tune as she pieced together the shards of glass and metal. With each piece she added, a new form began to emerge. The sharp edges of the broken glass were softened by the curves of the wire. The dull metal gleamed with a newfound brilliance. Lila was creating something truly unique. As Lila worked, Thomas watched in astonishment. He saw the broken pieces of his lanterns come alive in a new way. The shattered glass, once a source of sadness, now sparkled with a rainbow of colors. The twisted metal, once a symbol of destruction, now formed intricate patterns. A smile slowly spread across Thomas's face. Lila's creativity and optimism were contagious. He realized that even though the storm had taken away his lanterns, it had also created an opportunity for something new and beautiful to emerge. Together, Thomas and Lila worked side by side. They were not just mending broken pieces, they were weaving stories of hope and resilience. Each shard they picked up was a fragment of a past that had seen better days. But in their hands, it was transformed into something new, something beautiful. They transformed the broken shards into a collection of stunning new lanterns. These lanterns were not just objects, they were symbols of a community coming together, of hands working in unison, and of hearts beating with a shared purpose. The process was meticulous, requiring patience and precision, but the end result was worth every effort. These lanterns were different from the old ones, but they were no less beautiful. In fact, Their beauty was enhanced by the imperfections, the cracks that told stories of survival and endurance. Each lantern was unique, a masterpiece in its own right, reflecting the individuality of the hands that crafted it. They were a testament to the power of resilience and the beauty of imperfections. The villagers admired the lanterns not just for their aesthetic appeal, but for what they represented. They saw in them a reflection of their own lives, their own struggles, and their own triumphs. The new lanterns were a symbol of hope and renewal. As they hung in the village, glowing softly in the night, they cast a warm, comforting light that dispelled the darkness. They were a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope, a chance for a new beginning. They showed that even in the face of adversity, beauty could be found in unexpected places. The villagers found joy in discovering the lanterns in the most unlikely corners, each one a beacon of light and a symbol of the community's resilience. Children marveled at the lanterns, their eyes wide with wonder, as they learned the stories behind each one. The broken pieces, once a reminder of loss, now represented the strength and resilience of the human spirit. The villagers celebrated their creation, reflecting on the journey from brokenness to beauty. The lanterns were more than just objects. They were a testament to the power of community, the beauty of imperfections, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. That evening, the villagers gathered in the square. They looked around in awe at the transformed lanterns. The lanterns cast a warm, comforting glow, illuminating the faces of the villagers. The storm may have caused destruction, but it had also brought them closer together. The lanterns, born from brokenness, now symbolized the spirit of the village. They were a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, beauty, and the potential for renewal. From that day forward, Thomas continued to create his lanterns with a renewed sense of purpose and passion. Each lantern he crafted was not just a piece of art, but a symbol of resilience and transformation. His perspective had changed profoundly. No longer did he see his work as fragile or temporary. He no longer feared the possibility of breakage. Instead, he embraced it as an opportunity for growth and renewal. He knew that even if his creations were damaged, they could be reborn as something new and beautiful. Each crack and flaw became a testament to the journey of transformation. They could be reborn as something new and beautiful. The process of mending and restoring gave each lantern a unique character and story. He had learned that true beauty lies not in perfection, but in the ability to adapt, transform, and find strength in imperfections. But in the ability to adapt, transform, and find light in the most unexpected of places. Each lantern became a beacon of hope and resilience, and find light in the most unexpected of places. Thomas began placing his lanterns in unusual and dark corners, bringing light where it was needed the most. And so the lantern of lost light became a beacon of hope, illuminating the village square and bringing the community together, reminding everyone that even in the face of adversity, the light within us can never be extinguished. The villagers gathered around, admiring the lanterns and feeling a renewed sense of hope and unity. The light within us can never be extinguished. Each person who held a lantern felt a connection to Thomas's journey, understanding that their own inner light could guide them through any darkness.